From hidden messages of hatred and divorce all the way to some speculations of Illuminati symbolism, we are going all over the place today as we cover the top 10 terrifying hidden messages in famous songs. Starting off this list in our number 10 spot, we have In the Air Tonight. This Phil Collins classic has one of the most famous drum solos of all time. It never fails to get absolutely anyone lit. Even Gen Z likes this song. For a long time, people thought that this song was about something quite dark. They thought it was about Phil Collins or whoever the song is from the point of view of. They see someone who is drowning in a pool, but what they also see is another person just walking by and not helping them at all. This is already dark, but it turns out that this song has even more to it that just adds to the depth of it. Apparently, this song is actually about Phil getting a divorce from his wife and how there was just so much anger and emotion. Honestly, when you combine the two, things get pretty grim. In our number 9 spot today, we have Born in the USA. A classic, seemingly patriotic tune definitely isn't what it may seem on the surface. Of course, this Bruce Springsteen classic has been played at many a 4th of July barbecue. I mean, the album cover itself features a big American flag, but when we really dive into the lyrics, we see a very different story. This song is actually a bit of an attack on American pride, mostly in relation to the Vietnam War, as well as the troubles that the regular working American would see day to day in the country. While we tend to belt the chorus at the top of our lungs, the meat of the song is really in the lyrics of each verse. In our number 8 spot today, we have Kill Jay-Z. This Jay-Z track is the first song on the album 444. This song is mostly about the killing of his ego and a reflection on his past mistakes and how he handled them, but there are some very dark moments hidden in this song. There are a couple moments he discusses his childhood that are very dark, but the main one I want to talk about today is a moment from when he was older in 1999. On December 2nd of that year, Jay was at a release party for Q-Tip's debut album, Amplified. Before the party, there were bootleg copies of Jay-Z's upcoming album floating around all throughout the hip-hop world. At the party was Lance Rivera, who is a music producer, and it was rumored that he may have had something to do with the leak of Jay-Z's album. After a confrontation at the party quickly turned into a physical altercation, Jay-Z ended up stabbing Lance. He later turned himself in, and while he was facing a possible 15-year sentence, he ended up with only 3 years of probation. In our number 7 spot today, we have Pumped Up Kicks. Pumped Up Kicks and the band Foster the People really rose to fame in 2011 as a catchy indie pop tune, but it hides a pretty gruesome message. The song was originally released online as a free download and helped the band gain a multi-record deal with Columbia Records. The songwriter, Mark Foster, wanted the lyrics to reflect the thoughts of an extremely troubled and homicidal young person. Mark saw a trend in the rising mental illness rates among young people, and he wanted to bring awareness to the issue. Music is definitely a very smart way to try and get through to teenagers and young adults, and the song did just that, as it spent 8 consecutive weeks at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Although it's easy to get lost in the upbeat melody of the music, when you really listen to the lyrics, you get the true message of the song. In our number 6 spot today, we have Drink a Beer. Calling all country music fans, this Luke Bryan tune makes you just want to grab those closest to you, watch the sunset, and drink a nice cold beer or soda. I really do think that this is what the song is trying to get across, but not without a really terrible and tragic backstory. If you know about Luke Bryan, you probably know that he lost his brother Chris from a car accident in 1996, then he lost his sister Kelly in 2007. While this tragedy would be almost too much for anyone to bear, Luke seems to have this amazing ability to channel this tragic loss into his music and how he lives his life. Drink a Beer is about losing people you love and remembering the things you used to do with them, like getting together and drinking a beer. It's about wishing you had those moments back, even just for one more day. If this didn't already make you think that Luke is one of the coolest and strongest people out there, his brother-in-law, who was married to his sister before she passed, ended up dying from a heart attack in 2014, 1 year after Drink a Beer was released. Luke and his wife have since taken in their 3 kids, adding to their family. It's unbelievable how they just keep on keeping on, but it makes me feel very inspired. In our number 5 spot today, we have Chandelier. Whether you know this song for Sia's huge vocals, the catchy chorus, or the gorgeous music video that features a young and amazing Maddie Ziegler, it's no doubt that you've belted belted this one out at some point or another. While this song is extremely catchy, not everyone knows the tale the song is actually telling. I can admit that I had no idea that this song was about Sia's previous struggle with addiction. Although she's been sober for years, she recounts the feeling of not being in control and having a lack of concern for her future. It's very unfortunate that Sia had to endure these struggles, but I'm very happy for her being able to overcome her addictions and live a sober life. In our number 4 spot today, we have Semi-Charmed Life. The sky was gold! Everyone loves this song. It's one of those ones that just gives you like an instant boost of serotonin, and that might be exactly what Third Eye Blind was intending on when they created it back in the 90s. What people don't necessarily realize is that this song is actually about a couple getting together and getting intoxicated on some pretty serious substances. In an interview with Billboard, the lead singer Stephen Jenkins explained that the happy melody was incredibly intentional, as they wanted the music to reflect the quote, bright shiny feeling you get on speed. I'm not gonna lie, I've heard this song way too many times to have not realized that this is actually about. It used to be on a playlist of a restaurant I worked at, so I used to listen to it like every day for 5 years. In our number 3 spot today, we have Creepin. Creepin by Eric Church is quick-paced and upbeat, and the driving drum hits give it a really cool feeling before bursting into this explosive chorus. It seems like this song could be about a multitude of things. At a first listen, I thought it was about hunting. I'm not really sure why I thought that, but just like gave me that sort of vibe. So I was a bit surprised when I found out what the song was actually about. Turns out this one is about not being able to get out of your own head and kind of like a descent into madness. The song also describes all of the ways that he's tried to drown out his memories with a lot of illicit substances, as well as alcohol and caffeine. Probably not the best combination, as at the end of the song he talks about getting a little too deep and almost losing his life as a result of it. In our number 2 spot today, we have I'll Be Home for Christmas. Okay, I know it's a bit too early at this point, but for this spot I am going to be talking about a Christmas tune. I'll Be Home for Christmas is truly a holiday standard. This song was written in 1943 by Kim Gannon and Walter Kent. When Bing Crosby recorded it, it landed in the top 10 and has been a popular Christmas tune ever since. This song is actually fairly literal in its sad message, but I never really took a moment to stop and consider the lyrics. The song is written from the perspective of a soldier who is overseas. He's writing home to tell his family that he'll be home for Christmas, which should be happy, but the alternate title of the song is If Only in My Dreams, which really does mean that it is unlikely that the soldier will actually be returning home for Christmas. The song was written during World War II and was meant to comfort the friends and family of the soldiers who were fighting overseas. Having a loved one missing for Christmas is never easy, but I can't imagine what it would be like to be missing a family member because they were fighting in a war. I think that the slow, melancholy feel of the song really drives home its true meaning. In our number 1 spot today, we have Only. It's no secret that people have often linked the Illuminati and rap music together. I don't entirely understand it, but there are people out there who do nothing but speculate. For this one, we are moving out of the lyrics and more so into the music video and that kind of symbolism. There are a ton of people who believe that the music video to Only by Nicki Minaj is about the Illuminati using mind control devices on people. People really believe that they have perfected this technology that is allowing them to take over people's minds, and that they are going to be using it to crack into people's subconscious and suck out their souls. This idea is said to come from the people trapped in nets in the music video, the 2 pillars standing on either side of Chris Brown that are supposed to represent light and darkness, and the butterfly in the music video that is a symbol of change when someone morphs from one normal being into their mind-controlled self. I'll be honest, I don't get it, but it's just what the people are saying, and I'm relaying that information back to you. Alright guys, that has been our list for today. Thanks so much for checking it out. I've been your host today, Olivia Kozlowski, and I will see you all again soon. Goodbye!